Hello, so I'm going to give you a brief demonstration of what we do when we want to wand ourselves. So I have a glass of water, just so this water has already been wanded already, so whenever you're doing a wanding for yourself or for anybody else, it's very important that we always have a glass or two of water before and during, and a glass or two afterwards. Your water should always be room temperature, shouldn't be ice cold water out of the fridge, it's not good for the body. Alright, so room temperature water is much better for you, wanded water. Cheers. Then you take your wand. Now, for the sake of this video, I am going to do this with my clothes on, but often I wand myself when I get straight out of the shower, especially if you're wearing lots of these plastic polyester clothes, which are so terrible for our bodies. You want to be very careful. Obviously the heat of this can also heat those clothes and fabrics up, so just be very careful. I like to do it on plain skin where I can, but the device will work through any clothing. Cotton and stuff is obviously fine, and linen and cotton is much better for your body to be wearing anyway. You can either start with either the hands or the feet or wherever. There is no starting point. There is no right, there is no wrong. Alright, so often, depending on how supple you are, you can maybe start with the feet. Alright, I'm going to keep it on just a one so that the fan doesn't make too much noise for the sake of this video. But you want to get it up to 3, onto level 3, the penetrating power is going to be a lot more. And you can either do it in small circular motions or just straight up and straight down, allowing the light and the energy, the frequency, time to penetrate into the skin and right down to the bone. Alright, so again, I'm going to start just little circular motions or just straight lines. You want to focus on all of the joint areas like your toes, your ankles. Alright, if there are any points in your body where there is significant pain, where you are battling, obviously focus on those areas more than the rest of the body. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to give you a brief demonstration. So you can then obviously, depending on where your ailments are, you can extend the amount of time that you would want over those areas. So as you can see, I'm just making sure that I get all the ankles, I get the toes, I get it on both sides. You can then run it up with your calves. I have some varicose veins I've been working on over here. They were horrible and blue, and they've actually stopped spreading completely, which is awesome, and they've kind of sunk into the skin and they're not at the surface in blue like they were. Anyway, then you can just go up and down your legs, focus on your knees, if you want to spend at least a couple of minutes or a minute or so on each joint, like your knee, your ankles, so at least a minute there, at least a minute here. Over these parts of the legs, if you have inflammation or so, sure, use it too, but you're going to get the most action when we do our knees, our joints. Alright, and then you can do your upper legs, thighs. I do my whole groin area, my bladder, alright, my inner thighs. You can do absolutely everywhere. As mentioned, if you had the hip up or the shoulder up, stay away from any pins or things in your body. Alright, but then just go around and do your hips. Alright, and you can go slowly across your abdomen, and you'll just slowly work your way up over all of the organs. You can get the lungs on the side, Okay, armpits are fantastic. All right, all of our lymph node systems are up under our arms, and then what do? We cake it full of this horrible deodorant filled with aluminium and all this that blocks off our pores, blocks off our lymph node system, and so that we're not sweating and releasing all these toxins in our body. So the armpits are great ones. All right, so you will do your upper chest. And for the sake of this video, I'm just going a little bit quicker than I would normally do it. I would obviously normally just go a lot slower and just take the time to focus on any areas. You can do your face absolutely fine. Looking into the device as well helps with the retinas. All right, the forehead. I like to do the forehead. I like to do the eyes, for wrinkles, for growth. Get rid of all, new skin growth. You can do your throat. All right, and then you can do your whole head. Just again, people with high and low blood pressure, if you do the head, just do it for a minute or so. Don't be spending 5 minutes or stuff up there. All right, and if you find that doing the head causes you any kind of a discomfort, cease to use it up there. Then just focus on the neck. All right, the shoulders. It'd be lovely if you can get Louis to maybe wind your whole back and in your spine, to run it all the way down from the top of the spine down to the base of the spine is very, very beneficial. We have loads of stem cells and stuff that will be activated by running it all the way up and down your spine. Also, our back holds so much of our attention, our shoulders. All right, so if we can get, daily, just do your shoulders and your whole back area, and will certainly help relieving a lot of that tension that we tend to carry, the weight of the world in our shoulders, right? And then you will move down. You will then focus on your elbows, all right, both sides, and then moving on to the hands and the fingers. I like to do the hands and the fingers quite a bit. These hands have been through a lot in their lifetime, many injuries, and so this really helps. All right, once you've done that, you move over to the other side. All right, for as long as you feel necessary. Again, moving up the arms, again to the elbows. All right, armpit again. All right, and anywhere else you feel you might have any kind of discomfort, you want to focus on those areas. All right. And that's just a brief demonstration on how we go about wanding ourselves and others. I would like to point out that there's no right and there's no wrong. All right, you can't get this wrong. You can't think. So just keep it away from anything that's been implanted in us, like screws and plates and heart monitors and these kind of things. And because it works on frequency, we don't want that to interrupt. When you have implants, it could heat up those implants and cause you discomfort. So we just like to stay away from those areas. When working with animals and this, that, the other, and if they don't want to sit still while you're wanding them, you can just give them the wanded water, and that will work fine. So this is a basic intro into your wand for you, and then I will obviously be in touch and be guiding you through. We have tons and tons of videos that we have created, but yeah, I'm here to answer all your questions. Love you lots. Have a wonderful day.